class, osmosis. Now, osmosis is very similar to diffusion, but there's a big difference, and this is it. So we say osmosis is the movement of particles from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. But this happens through what we call a semi-permeable membrane. A semi-permeable membrane is something like a strainer. It allows, or a filter, it allows some particles to come through and some not to come through or pass through. So we say osmosis is the movement of particles from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration through a semi-permeable membrane, which is like a barrier, until evenly distributed. This experiment is a bag of sugar water inside a semi-permeable membrane, and this was submerged in some dilute sugar water. So the one inside the bag is very concentrated and the one outside the bag is very dilute. Now the only thing that's separating the sugar water inside the bag from outside the bag is the membrane. Now, remember we said that semi-permeable membranes allow some things through and it doesn't allow other particles through. So water is small enough to pass through the semi-permeable membrane, but sugar isn't. So in this case, we won't have sugar moving from the region of high to low concentration. But what we will have is the water moving from the region of high to low concentration. If we have dilute solution or sugar water and concentrated sugar water, which one do you think has more water in it? The dilute sugar solution. So the water is going to move from the dilute sugar solution where it's in high concentration into the concentrated sugar solution. And as this happens, the level or the amount of solution in the bag increases. So you're going to see a rise in the amount of water in the bag. And this simply happens because it's trying to make the concentration of the sugar equal. So because the sugar can't move through the semi-permeable membrane, the water is doing the job for it and it's passing through the semi-permeable membrane from the region of high concentration to the region of low concentration. Okay, great. Now the last example, we're going to use snails. Now before we look at this example, it's very important that we understand how snails function. Now snails have a layer of moisture outside their body to keep them moist, right? So when you throw salt water, or when you throw salt on a snail, you're throwing the salt on the snail that's eating a plant. You throw salt on the snail, what happens is that this salt dissolves in the layer of moisture around the snail. Now this layer of moisture becomes concentrated in salt, and inside the snail is dilute in salt. So what happens is water moves out of the snail into the concentrated solution outside of the snail.